thank you. I'm best. 122 pounds.
Inoue, we're coming.
Let's go, let's go.
Mark your calendars. September 14th is set for fireworks as Naoya Inoue takes on Murodjon Akhmedaliev in a clash of champions. The stage is set for a thrilling showdown, and literally everyone can't wait to see if Akhmedaliev has what it takes to topple the unstoppable monster. This fight has been in the air for a long time, but it never actually happened. Until now. A lot of fans thought Inoue might have been ducking Akhmedaliev. After all, Akhmedaliev held the WBA and IBF titles for a while, and Inoue was the king of the division. People wanted to see these two go at it. But when the time came, Inoue's team seemed to go a different way. Akhmedaliev's team, especially promoter Eddie Hearn, wasn't happy about that. He was visibly frustrated and honestly furious because Inoue ended up dodging his mandatory challenger, Murodjon Akhmedaliev, not once, not twice, but 3 times.
I just like, why should Naoya Inoue get a pass to fight low-level opponents and duck his mandatory, not once, not twice, but 3 times?
From Hearn's perspective, this wasn't just a small delay or scheduling issue. It felt like Inoue was getting a free pass to sidestep a tough fight that fans had been clamoring for. Hearn compared it to what a true champion would do, like Anthony Joshua stepping up to fight his mandatory opponents even when the risks were high. He questioned why Inoue kept choosing easier fights or opponents that didn't really test him at his best.
Like, I just feel like if that was like, I don't know, AJ. Like, you imagine if AJ would have ducked Usyk. Usyk was the mandatory, he boxed him. A lot of people said, don't fight him, vacate your belt. No, I'm a champion, I want to be undisputed, right? It's what you do as a champion. Inoue is undisputed, pound for pound great. But I've got to say, his resume is pretty shit, to be honest with you.
They felt like Inoue's team was trying to avoid the matchup, even going as far as asking for special permissions to skip mandatory challengers. While Inoue was busy fighting other opponents like TJ Doheny, Akhmedaliev was left waiting for his chance. And when Akhmedaliev lost a close decision to Marlon Tapales, Inoue ended up fighting Tapales instead. That only added to the frustration. Akhmedaliev felt overlooked, and the fans kept asking, when will Inoue finally fight Akhmedaliev? Hearn hasn't held back throughout this situation. He called out Inoue as well as the whole situation quite disappointing, and said, fight fans need to wake up to what's really happening. To him, the constant avoidance made Inoue's resume look less impressive than many had believed. He pointed out how the WBA had to order Inoue to face Akhmedaliev multiple times, and that at one point Inoue even paid fees just to avoid that mandatory showdown.
I think Naoya Inoue is really disappointing. And I think he's very, very disappointing as a champion. And I think fight fans need to wake up at what's going on here with Naoya Inoue. He's boxed TJ Doheny and the geezer on Saturday. I know he was supposed to fight Sam Goodman. No disrespect, but another, like, what are you just allowing this to happen? He's been ordered now twice to fight MJ. He's paid money to the WBA for a permit to have, what the fuck? 3 ducks. I mean, this is outrageous. Naoya Inoue, I was going to say disgrace, but it's a bad word. You are disappointing, Naoya Inoue. You are not the fighter that I thought you were. Akhmedaliev is now going to be the WBA champion. You have to fight him again to be undisputed. Fight fans need to wake up. If that was one of my fighters, or if that was AJ or someone like that, he would be, oh my God, you wouldn't let it die. Wake up, fight fans.
Even when the fight was officially announced, Inoue couldn't hide a bit of irritation over some of the details. When the official fight posters came out, Inoue was placed in the blue corner instead of the red corner. Now, this might sound like a small thing to some, but in boxing, traditions and symbols matter a lot. The corner color isn't just about where a fighter stands in the ring, it's about respect, status, and recognition. The red corner is typically the spot for the champion or the fighter who's expected to control the fight, the one who has the home advantage, the one everyone looks up to. For Inoue, who has absolutely dominated his division, unified multiple titles, and built a reputation as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, being placed in the blue corner felt like a subtle yet clear sign that he wasn't being given the respect or status he's earned. It's the kind of detail that can sting, because it challenges the perception of who the real boss is. But after all the delays, all the drama, and even the little signs of frustration, the fight is finally happening. September 14th, it's Inoue versus Akhmedaliev. For Joel Diaz, this isn't just another fight, it's a mission. After already sharing the ring with Inoue while training Luis Neri, Diaz knows exactly what they're up against. Inoue's sharp timing, relentless volume, and lightning-quick reflexes. But Diaz isn't fazed. He sees Akhmedaliev as a completely different challenge for Inoue. MJ brings a unique style. He's a southpaw, unlike Neri, and that instantly changes the dynamics. Diaz knows this and is preparing accordingly. MJ's footwork is sharper, his timing is precise, and he fights with a disciplined edge that's hard to crack. Diaz respects Inoue's ability, smarts, and athleticism, but he's focused on sharpening MJ's strengths to counter Inoue's game.
Joel, we just talked about you did save Cinco de Mayo boxing. Congratulations. Now that you know Inoue from Cardenas, you have MJ, who's next. Is that going to be here or is it going to be Tokyo? Do you know?
They talked about Tokyo. I think it's going to be over there.
I think it's more electric here because we can.
It's not just about dodging Inoue's punches, it's about matching him step for step and pushing back when it counts. Diaz isn't treating this as a repeat of the Neri fight, he's studying Inoue's habits, tweaking strategies, and building a game plan that plays to MJ's strengths. The goal is to stay disciplined, use angles, and break through Inoue's rhythm. If Diaz can unlock MJ's potential, we might just witness one of the biggest upsets in recent boxing history on September 14th.
With what you learned and with Cardenas learned, is it going to be easier to be able to train MJ, or do you think Inoue's going to come in differently?
Well, it's a different style. It's a different fighter. Cardenas is a right-hander. MJ is lefty. Their both styles are different.
Thank you so much.
It's just another tough fight for either one. I mean, MJ is tough, he's strong, he's disciplined. I mean, he has great timing, he has better footwork. Cardenas, don't get me wrong, Cardenas is very, very smart with his defense, you know, on avoiding getting hit. But, I mean, I don't think it's going to be easy for either or.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be an easy task, even though I share the ring with Inoue already. It's not, because Inoue is very smart. He's very athletic, you know, and I mean, his timing, his volume.
But beating Inoue isn't just difficult, it feels almost impossible at times. Even when his opponents think they figured him out, he flips the script and takes control. That's why so many believe Akhmedaliev is in for the toughest fight of his life. That's exactly what Teddy Atlas believes. He sees Inoue not just as a skilled boxer, but as a fighter who flips a switch, like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde transformation. Teddy compares it to watching a superhero movie. The moment Inoue steps into the ring, he's not just Inoue anymore, he's something else entirely. Atlas talks about how Inoue's demeanor shifts before the fight, almost like Wolverine when the metal claws pop out of his knuckles. He's calm, yet there's something dangerous lurking under the surface. The way he moves, the way he looks, it's intimidating and almost scary.
Almost like a possession. Like he becomes a different guy, like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type thing. Like I'm looking at it and it caught me. I got mad at myself, bud. I said, Teddy, how could you not have noticed that before? I'm looking at him and the camera went on him and I'm saying, wow. That guy looks, he looks ominous. He looks like Dr. Doom. I mean, he's the Wolverine, you know, before he goes back to being Logan. When the metal, you know, claws come out of the.
And then, when the fight's over, the switch flips back. Suddenly, Inoue's just the kid next door, asking to borrow a cup of sugar where he's polite, calm, and soft-spoken. That's what makes him so unique. It's not just the skills, it's the aura, the energy, the quiet power that makes even the toughest opponents hesitate. So while Diaz is building a game plan for Akhmedaliev, it's clear that beating Inoue isn't just about strategy, it's about facing a fighter who seems to shift into another dimension, and sometimes no amount of preparation can stop what's coming.
You look at him and he's scary looking. He's more than just intimidating. The guys I mentioned before, that's their facade, that's their, you know, that's the presence that they project, the look they project, and they kind of stay that way. But soon as the fight was over and the camera went back to Inoue, he looked like the boy next door that comes to your house and knocks on the door to borrow a cup of sugar. I mean, he looks like you, bud, with that beautiful smile. Like I trust you. Yeah, the other guy you don't trust. The other guy, again, it's kind of like I know I'm going to get some people a little nervous here, but it's almost like the omen, like the possession of this guy. Like 1 minute he's the devil, the next minute, he's the sweet kid that again, you if he came over to date your daughter.
When it comes down to a lot of things, I think the best guy that I faced, and maybe perhaps if I was younger, it might be a different story, but at the moment of who I am in this time, I would say Inoue is the toughest that I've faced, or the strongest that I've faced.
You mentioned Inoue as probably or potentially the best fighter that you faced in your career. What is it about him that gives you that distinction? I
think it's like facing the younger me. There's just a lot of similarities in terms of power, explosiveness, and
Inoue is not only pound for pound the best in the world. Inoue is the best fighter I've ever seen, no matter what weight category or anything. I have never, ever, in the almost 60 years I've been in boxing, seen anything like Inoue.
When it comes Floyd Mayweather, well, even he respects what Inoue brings to the table. Mayweather pointed out how Inoue faced Nonito Donaire, an aging legend, and while he won, it wasn't a flawless performance. But that's what makes Inoue so fascinating. He learns, adapts, and comes back even stronger. Floyd admitted that Inoue's style takes inspiration from his own, controlling the pace, staying calculated, and breaking opponents down over time.
The kid from Japan, Inoue. So when you see he got the victory over Cool Boy Steph. Cool Boy Steph, he's not a heavy puncher, good boxer. But far as, Inoue, it was a Filipino fighter, he had fought twice, Donaire. So Donaire was giving him fits in the first fight. And if I'm not mistaken, Donaire was somewhere close to 40 or 40 years old when he fought him the first time. Whereas, and he was in his 20s. So he should have knocked him out in the first fight.
Mayweather knows Inoue has that special quality, that ability to turn a tough fight into a win. And when you combine that with Inoue's relentless work ethic, it's hard to bet against him, especially against a fighter like Akhmedaliev. Sure, Joel Diaz is cooking up a strategy, and Akhmedaliev is no pushover. But at the end of the day, the monster from Japan has a way of making the impossible look routine.
Fighting a guy, like I said before, at that age. What I need Inoue to do is, I need him to come fight in the U.S., random blood, urine testing. I think he's a hell of a fighter. A hell of a fighter. I won't take nothing away from him. Hell of a fighter. And I like him because I see he take a lot of my stuff from my playbook.
Number one for me is Inoue.
Ooh, that's my number one too.
Yeah, I think that kid is like he's special. I think that kid is special. Power, speed, angles, precision, like. He has every day. I mean, his defense could get better, but he has the defense. Like his defense is more like distance than actual like high guard or like whatever. But he's more protective when there's things to worry about coming back. The times that I've seen him get caught, like against Louis Neri, it's more so I just don't respect you and I'm coming in so crazy, and he could get hit with a counter shot like in that way, which we saw. But Inoue is special, so I think he's number one.
Who would you say are the top four in boxing right now, skill wise?
I think Inoue, Crawford, Germonta. It's a lot of fighters. I don't wanna be disrespect with other fighters and not mention there, because it's a lot of fighters, good fighters out there.
Naoya gets knocked down in the first round, and I said, "Whoa!" But he kept it together. He. It was like he was surviving, fighting back, and being defensive, like simultaneously, which I thought was very impressive. You get a mixture of, it's usually like one of the three. You got somebody who's trying to hold on and hang on and move, or you get somebody who don't know better and just trying to fight back. You know what I mean? Or you get the guy who's just straight defense and let me get through this round. He seemed to do a little bit of all three.
If Floyd's respect wasn't enough, even Iron Mike Tyson is in awe of Naoya Inoue. When Mike talks about fighters, he doesn't throw around compliments lightly, but when he saw Inoue, he was blown away. He called him a mean little monster, the most efficient hunting machine in boxing. That's high praise coming from one of the most feared fighters in history. Tyson marveled at how Inoue doesn't look like much at first glance, but once that bell rings, it's a different story. Inoue is vicious, calculated, and absolutely fearless. Whether it's body shots that echo through the arena or lightning fast combinations that leave opponents confused, he's built to destroy from the inside out.
That's wild. Hey, look up this young fighter called the Monster. You ever hear Monster?
No.
Japanese fighter called Monster. This is a monster.
Crazy dude.
Yeah, let's check him out, man. Ikuki, what's his name?
This guy, Naoya.
Yeah, let's look at some of his fights. He's a mean son.
Where's he fight?
He's a Japanese, 118 pounds. But wow, he was like 108.
Boxing?
He's a mean son of a bitch. Oh yeah, you gotta see this bad mouth.
Mike even went so far as to say Inoue is better than Manny Pacquiao at that weight, and that's not something you hear every day. What Tyson admires most is Inoue's cold precision, how he doesn't waste a punch, doesn't rush, and breaks down world-class fighters like it's routine. From his days at 108 pounds to dominating at 118 and beyond, Inoue's rise isn't just impressive, it's rare. Tyson called him the monster with genuine excitement, the kind of hype he usually reserves for absolute killers in the ring.
He don't look like much. He's better than Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was little like that. Just as good.
He looks like a fucking pop star.
Oh, wait till he get on these motherfuckers.
The most efficient hunting machine in all of boxing.
He's vicious. The Monster.
Oof.
That's a badass guy he beat too. Broke him down. Ooh.
118?
Yeah,
who the hell fights in that fucking division?
Bantamweights.
Yeah, but who?
Some bad motherfuckers.
Yeah?
Do you still watch boxing now? You're still into it? Do you enjoy watching boxing?
Yeah, because boxing is my passion, so that's why I'm enjoying watching boxing.
Do you have a favorite fighter now that's active?
Right now, Asian, like Naoya,
Inoue, amazing fighter.
Yeah, he's a good fighter, and I hope that he will accomplish in different weight division also.
Yeah, he probably will. Such a quality fighter.
As I said, I picked Inoue to win, but I thought it would be a much more closely contested fight than it was. And listen, I'm not dissing Fulton. He was just blown away by a person whom I now consider. I was wavering a little bit, but I now consider after having watched that in its entirety, you're looking at a generational talent.
Yeah.
And Fulton is still a good fighter. I don't want people to start shredding him and throwing him under the bus. No, he's still a good champion. Well, ex-champion now. He's still a very good fighter who can come again. It's just that yesterday, man, he was in the presence of greatness.
What do you think about all this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and tell us who you're rooting for in the fight.